All right, are you guys wondering what people in Arizona might be doing the week before Thanksgiving? It's mid-November. Do you think people are wondering what we might be doing?
I think people maybe who are back east, who live in that cold, chilly snow, maybe wish they were, I don't know.
Yeah, here's a little different.
Here.
If you're here in Scottsdale, where we're at right now, you might be hanging out by the pool. We're here at the Princess right now. People are having a good time. It's kind of you get two things right now. You get the pool and you get what we're going to show you guys as far as what they're doing for the holidays. But that might not always be what it's cut out to be. What do you think?
You know, the thing with living out here during the holiday season is that sometimes you do miss that white Christmas, that snow, the changing of the seasons. Yeah. So yeah, this looks great, but I mean, year round, year after year, it can kind of start to get old. I don't know.
I agree. It affected me that way when I moved out here, and so we're going to kind of take you guys through that. We're going to go through the pros and cons of what it's like kind of going through holidays here in Arizona, and then we're going to go through our top list of things to do that you guys can do if you want to get into the holiday spirit, to make it feel like a little bit more holiday-esque.
Yeah.
Like it might be at home. Might not be the same, might be better, who knows?
We're gonna find that white Christmas for you guys.
So if you guys are interested in hearing that, then stay tuned. What's up, everybody? It's Greg Corbett with the AZ Lifestyle Group right here in Scottsdale, Arizona. If this is your first time to this channel and you're looking to find out everything you need to know about what it's like living in and or moving to the Phoenix metro area, including what you're gonna do during the holidays, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you can be notified whenever we post a new video. We are helping people from all over when it comes to finding the best places and neighborhoods to live here, and we absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about making a move and you need any assistance whatsoever, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email. However you want to get a hold of us, we got you back when it comes to moving to the Phoenix metro. All right, guys, we are back again. I'm here with Lexy Romano with Phoenix Finds.
Hello, hello.
Appreciate you joining me once again.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure to talk to you about local stuff, local things around Phoenix. I love it.
Yeah, we like doing this type of thing, having fun and sharing value with you guys as far as, you know, what it's like living here, some of the things you need to know. So we're here in mid-November right now. We're here at the Princess Resort in Scottsdale. It's a pretty popular place for the holidays right now. We'll tell you guys why. Stick around for the end. We'll give you kind of a full tour of what's going on. But we want to talk to you guys about really what it's like living in Arizona during the holidays.
Right.
And why don't you speak to that? Because you just moved here a few years ago. What was kind of your feeling when you first moved to Phoenix, you know, a couple of years ago for the holidays?
Yeah, I know. I moved here actually 4 years ago, October of when was that? 17, I believe, 2018. 4 years ago.
Everything feels so long ago now.
I know, because of COVID. But so when I moved here, I left New York City. It was cold. It was chilly already. And I came here and it was that first initial like, wow, this is amazing. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful outside. I can lay out, go to the pool. This is awesome. And then the next year, it was like, okay, cool. It's still hot. And then
it changes a little bit, doesn't it?
It was kind of like, last year we actually had a cold winter. It was a cold-ish winter.
It was?
It was chillier than normal, but I mean, it never actually gets cold here.
Yeah.
But I remember it was a cooler winter for us, but this winter particularly, they've been saying it's going to be a hot, dry winter. In fact,
I'm excited.
Last week, I think about 2 weeks ago, we had a day that was like 89 or 90 degrees. Like it's still warm, and we're in November. Yeah,
we get those warm November days, and I think you know, typically you get Halloween, which is kind of when the weather turns around here. In November, you can at least look forward to cooler temperatures. We have them in the mornings and in the evenings.
Yes.
But the daytime still get a little bit warm. So like Lexi was saying, we had like 90-degree days, like it felt like the last couple weeks. That typically isn't like getting you into the holiday spirit.
I know, yeah.
Now, a lot of people get, I don't know how many people get upset with me that I even complain about the weather at all. They're like, it's awesome all year round. Cool. I apologize for anybody gets upset for me calling out the weather. But like for November and December, I came from Colorado as well. It just, you know, it doesn't get you into the holiday spirit in my mind.
Yeah, same.
So we, you know, thankfully there's a lot of people around here in Arizona that try to do other things to help get you in the holiday spirit.
Yes.
So we're going to go through that list
I was
and
gonna
kind of
say,
talk about that.
that's the thing you have to do in Arizona, because it doesn't make you feel Christmassy right away, because it's not snowy. It's 70 degrees. It's hot. It's warm. So you have to do cool, fun, Christmassy things to get in the spirit. But there's a lot of good stuff.
It's awesome for vacations. For
Yes.
everybody who's out there and like, hey, get me out of where I'm at right now because I want to go sit by the pool.
Come here.
Then I totally understand that. But once you live here, it's a little bit different, especially when you have like your family, your kids, you're kind of, raising them in an environment that maybe doesn't feel like what you had growing up. It just kind of feels a little bit different. So, hey, look, there's always pros and cons to everything.
True.
But let's get off the cons. Now that you know the cons, let's talk about the pros. Let's get into the list of things that you can do that would probably put you in that holiday spirit.
Absolutely. Yep. Let's do it. I'm so excited.
All right, guys, so we're going to break this down, hopefully into a couple different kind of segments that are helpful to you. I think, we're going to talk about the free stuff that you can kind of go do around town that is cool, but you don't have to spend the money. Always a good thing when
Always
you're
a
trying
good
to
thing.
save.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about the ticketed events, a lot of the cool things that are going on that you're going to get tickets for. We're going to talk about Northern Arizona because you can't leave out a lot of the cool things that are going on in Northern Arizona right now. Definitely worth the time to check out there. And then just some miscellaneous little things that you got to include when we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
So let's get started on that. Let's talk about the free stuff,
Yep.
Lexy. What do you let's kind of go down. I mean, one of the things that I find, especially here in Arizona, where people now live here and they miss living where they have to go all out on their Christmas lights at their house.
Yes.
This is like Clark Griswold territory.
People go
Yeah.
all out. People get into it. Like,
Yeah.
not just lights. We have like inflatables on the front yard, like moving
I still haven't got
animatronics,
into
like,
the inflatables yet.
No, not yet.
Not an inflatable
Not yet.
no.
People get into it.
Yeah.
But it's cool, and it really sets the vibe. And I think you were talking about one of the neighborhoods. Like,
Yeah.
people in the neighborhood will like compete with each other. It's
Yeah.
cool.
It's definitely turned into a competition to a certain extent. I went down to what they had Christmas on Comstock, which is in Gilbert. I don't know if they're still doing that. I think they've been doing that for a while. They won that great light fight back in 2016, 2017. For anybody that watches that stuff on TV, there's something that I don't like those shows, but I'm glad that somebody in Gilbert won that.
Yeah.
But we actually went down, checked it out. I mean, every single house is like completely decked out. They run it to music. You can actually turn your tune to like a certain radio station.
Yeah, yeah.
And like it plays the music.
It plays it, and then the lights go like they light up. They do different things, different
Yeah.
patterns to
Yeah.
the music. It's really cool.
Yeah, so there's a lot of that stuff like everywhere that you can go between like Chandler, Gilbert, Peoria, Glendale, like any city and town has some of the
Cool stuff like
neighborhoods
that.
and stuff that you
Yeah.
can find. Those are always cool. That's always an easy and cheap way to kind of do some stuff.
Good if you have kids, yeah.
Yeah, what else do we got? I know like a lot of the shopping centers kind of do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
They do a good job with that in the decor.
Yeah,
You were talking about Glendale Glitters. Tell me a little bit about that.
Glendale Glitters is so cool. So it's in like the old school downtown Glendale area, which if you haven't been there, also highly recommend. It's cool. It's a little off the beaten path because I feel like sometimes people forget about Glendale.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
cool, and the downtown strip is awesome. They have some really cool stuff on there. But the businesses and just the whole area deck out with lights.
Yeah.
And it's that same kind of thing that you can drive down, and they do all like light up, and they do have the patterns and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just cool and it's fun, and so you can do it totally for free, or you can
Right.
go and patronize at some businesses, which
Yeah.
is also great too, because
Yeah.
they're local, they're small businesses. And it's just cool. It's a fun night out. It's fun to walk around.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It gives you kind of that old school Arizona vibe.
Right.
Which I love.
Yeah, no, I mean, in all my years, I haven't had a chance to check it out, but just hearing you describe it, like, I didn't even know about it until I started looking some of the stuff up that I
Right.
didn't know about, and it's just kind of cool to kind of figure out some of the other things to do. So I will definitely have to check that out.
Do
I
it.
think
Do
Peoria
it.
has some like old town kind of holiday lights, so they probably
Yeah.
have a similar feel there, where just kind of the old school type of setup where they just bring out the lights, bring out a lot of the
Yeah.
decor to get more people down and checking it out. All right, Lexy, let's kind of talk about some of the other events right now. These are going to be the ticketed items, things that are going to be, going to have a cost to you and the family, but a lot of really cool things.
Yeah.
Some of them are going to be things that you can do fairly affordably.
Yeah.
Some might end up being a little bit more costly. We're here at the Princess right now. We'll kind of talk to you guys a little bit more about that. You can definitely spend a little bit of money here and have it add up pretty quickly if you spend the time. But let's go through kind of the top list of things to do.
Perfect.
You know, obviously the first thing that comes to my mind, you know, because I go there all the time and it's something we like to do every year, zoo lights. Have you done zoo lights yet?
I haven't done it yet, no, but I see like videos on social media and I see people talking about it all the time, and it looks like they do a phenomenal job with it.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I mean, the thing that can be negative is it is super packed, like when you go. So I mean, it's wall to wall.
Right.
But it's a cool thing. I mean, the kids love it. It's a cool way to get in, kind of spend the evening. I mean, they do a phenomenal job with the setup. The amount of lights they have there is incredible, and it's just a cool environment for it. And you know, when you're going there, it's in the evening time. You're going to have great weather. It's set up really nicely.
That's awesome.
Next to the zoo is the Desert Botanical Garden. They have I always forget the name, like the something de la Noche. I'll have to look it up for you guys and put a link in there. But all of the botanical garden is lit up like crazy too.
So cool. Now that I have done, and it is really, really beautiful. And I love it because, again, we went at nighttime, so it was a little cooler. You're walking around with your coat. And it's so beautiful. The Desert Botanical Gardens is just cool in general. Yeah. So it's cool to see like lights hanging on a cactus and stuff. It's, I don't know.
Has a similar feel to the zoo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
very similar in my mind. You know, zoo lights is definitely more like family fun related. And then the Desert Botanical Garden is just like really cool, like scenery and backdrops. And they have like a little bit different kind of setup with the lights, but definitely worth it as well. The one place that I have really started to enjoy is the McCormick-Stillman Railroad Park here in Scottsdale, not too far from here. My wife and I took our daughter for Halloween for kind of the little railroad park that kind of ran through their little thing. That's awesome, and that's pretty cheap. I mean, you can do that for about $15 a person.
That's
two
doable,
and under's free. And you know, you get unlimited rides on the train and unlimited rides on the carousel.
So fun.
It's a cool little fun thing there.
Yeah. I bet they Christmas it out too.
Yeah.
Really Christmassy. Yeah.
They did a great job on the Halloween stuff, so I would imagine the Christmas stuff looks amazing.
Yep. Cool.
Definitely recommend that. The Cityscape Ice Rink, because we were talking about this a little bit. Have you done that?
I have done it. It's really, really cool because it's right in downtown Phoenix.
Yep.
So you feel almost like you are, I don't know, in Rockefeller Plaza in New York City. Like, it's cool. It's cool.
I mean, I'm sure people from New York, and you're from New York, so but people might make fun of us for even bringing that and kind of comparing the two. But it does. I mean, for what we've seen in Phoenix.
Extend your disbelief and just pretend you're there, but it's still cool. It's
what we have in Phoenix, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I definitely recommend that. Although I looked earlier and I didn't see anything on it this year. So make sure to check. I don't know if there might be some construction going on there this year, so they might not have it this year. But if they don't have it this year, it will be back. So make sure to look that up. Before going over there. One thing my family and I did last year was Lights of the World.
So I don't know what this is. Yeah, tell me about this.
Yeah, so Lights of the World is kind of set up at the fairgrounds, and it just they have all sorts of cool little light displays you go in, and it's kind of like different things that they pull in from different countries and kind of different aspects, and they just kind of do it's just kind of a cool little environment. It's not too expensive either, and you can go in, and when we went, it was pretty slow. Like they didn't have a ton of people because they run it for like 3 months.
Oh wow!
And it feels like it runs from like November through January. And then they have fair rides too. You can get on fair rides.
Cool.
So I thought that was cool.
Oh, I love it. Oh wow, yeah, I'll have to go check that out. That's awesome.
That's a good thing. Schnepp Farms down in Queen Creek.
Love it. Yes, absolutely. Huge fan. I just love everything that they do because they are an active working farm. So it's not just Christmassy stuff. It's not just the pumpkin patch. They're going throughout the whole year, which I feel like people don't remember, but of course they deck it out for the holidays.
It's if you're living in Central Phoenix or North Scottsdale, North Phoenix, it's a hike to get out to Queen Creek to kind of get. I mean, that's on the verge of getting out in like Santan Valley, that type of thing. So it's a hike to get out there if you're in the center of the valley. But if you live in like Chandler, Gilbert, Queen Creek, Mesa, it's probably pretty easy to get into, and it's definitely a cool environment down there. So definitely check that out.
Yep, love it.
You know, we're gonna get into the Princess here again. We keep talking about it.
I know.
Keep wait, because this place is amazing. We're gonna keep showing you guys some of the details here, but let's get into a couple other things around Arizona first that you might want to check out. All right, if you guys are liking this content so far, make sure to hit that like button for us. And leave a comment for us as well.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think so far. It helps us to spread the information out there. Helps the channel quite a bit, and we appreciate it greatly. So yeah. All right, Lexi, let's talk about Northern Arizona now.
Yes.
There's a lot of great things to talk about when it comes to Northern Arizona, and we were actually just going through this. Like one of the cool things about going up to Northern Arizona is it allows you to maybe get into an environment where you might see some snow.
Yes.
Or you have cooler weather. So it really allows you to kind of break away from the typical Phoenix type of stuff. So there are a lot of really great things to do. Let's kind of talk about it. I think the first thing that kind of comes to my mind is the Polar Express train that they do. Now that's up in Williams, about 30 minutes outside of Flagstaff. So if you're driving from Metro Phoenix, you're probably a 2.5 to 3 hour drive to get up there. But I haven't done it, but I hear it's amazing.
I haven't done it either, but it looks amazing, and Williams is awesome.
Yeah.
Williams is just amazing for a day trip. If you're taking the kids up there, cool. But if you're just going as adults, it's fun too because they have all the wineries up there.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
They have the deer farm. We took our daughter to the deer farm.
Oh, cool.
Up in Williams last year when we were first going up to Flag and kind of checking out some stuff. But let's talk about Polar Express, because the Polar Express, basically you get on a train and they basically do it like the movie. This is what I'm hearing from all the people that do it. They set you up, you watch the movie on the way up to the North Pole. They set you up with some hot chocolate. So it just sounds like a really cool experience, especially for the kids to kind of go up there. I mean, if you don't have kids and you like the movie, you probably want to go up too.
Sounds fun. Yeah, I'd go.
So I really like that. One thing that I ran into while looking at Polar Express is that there's actually another one called the Verde Canyon Railroad that does something similar. That is just outside of Cottonwood and like Clarksdale, where that's like they take you up. It's like a nighttime train. Takes you up into the North Pole. So all these trains, they have this experience to take you to the North Pole, and then they have this like decked out little North Pole type experience.
Is that around the same distance? Do you know?
I mean, to get up
From the
to
city?
Cottonwood's probably about 2 hours. So I'm guessing it's probably about 2.5
Around the
hours,
same. Cool.
potentially 3 as well, depending on where you're coming from.
Cool, not bad.
You can do it maybe in a day, but if I'm doing it, I probably want to hit it at night, maybe stay the night somewhere and then come back. But depends on what you want to do.
Yep, for sure.
What other things? Downtown Prescott.
I love downtown Prescott.
Prescott's like called the Christmas City. I didn't know that until I started looking this up either. Had you heard that?
I hadn't heard that, no, but it makes sense because they go all out.
Yeah.
I mean, we went up there last year and it was a little more subdued because it was still like 2020. It was still kind of pandemic times. But they decorate the whole center of the city, the whole like downtown square area. It's just
really cool.
Decked out with lights, and there wasn't snow when we were there, but they had fake snow. They had this beautiful display of their tree, and oh man, it's so cool.
I'm going there tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if I'll actually be there at night, but I'll try to get a little bit of the footage of the setup during the day so we can kind of throw that in for B-roll so you can see it.
That's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, so I'm excited to check it out, even though I might not be there during the nighttime.
That's cool.
The Sedona Festival of Lights. I haven't been to that, but
I haven't either.
If it's in Sedona, it's got to be cool. I'm
sure
guessing.
they do it up. Yeah, I'm sure they do it well. Yeah.
With all the environment, everything going on up in Sedona, like that sounds like a cool thing to do. I like doing these videos because sometimes I figure out things.
I know, we find stuff.
Yeah, just like looking up some of this stuff. And then I really love Flagstaff. For anybody who's been watching the channel, obviously you've been seeing my wife and I's kind of experience on trying to go find a house up there, and we've toured around quite a bit. Last year around this time we went up and stayed at the Little America Hotel, and it's a cool little hotel, and then they just completely deck out their back experience with like all sorts of Christmas stuff, which was fun. So
That's awesome.
We enjoyed that too. So you might be able to go there and not even have to stay at the hotel. I don't even know what the
just be able to like
the
walk
scoop
around
is.
and enjoy it.
You might be able to go walk around.
That's cool.
Don't tell them we sent you just in case. Who knows? But it's cool. And Flagstaff is really cool. And again, it gives you kind of that feel of, if you want to take a break from the heat and get up into a little bit of colder weather, maybe have a chance at snow. maybe even go skiing. You got that.
Yeah, I love it.
There's got to be a lot of stuff going on in the White Mountains too. Yeah, snowball, like everything in the White Mountains. I did not see a big thing of like Christmassy stuff that's up in the White Mountains, you know, Sholo, Pine Top area, that type of thing. But I would imagine they probably have some cool stuff. So if you're from that area and you're watching it, let us know in the comments what's going on up in the White Mountains so we can send people over there.
Yes.
All right, now let's kind of go through a few other miscellaneous topics. These are some favorites that maybe didn't fall in line with our other topics, but I think for a lot of people here, they love checking it out.
Yeah.
And I almost forgot to have it on the list, which shame on me for not putting it on the list like number one.
Right.
But some of the cool bars here, like Coach House in Scottsdale, for those of you who live here, you obviously know what I'm talking about. For those of you who are living somewhere else, we'll have to kind of give you a little bit more info on that.
Yeah.
It's basically a little dive bar that turns into like this Christmas explosion.
I love it.
And people, this is where people get crazy dressed up. I mean, people that you probably wouldn't see dressed up for Christmas, where they get totally dialed in. There's like a line to get in half the time. I hate lines, but I'll wait in line for this. Like, it's a fun time. The Swizzle Inn is another place in Central. Have you been to the Swizzle?
I haven't, but I've heard of it. I need to check it out.
That's another good place. And then I think you had talked about some like restaurants doing some of this type of stuff as well. So
there's some cool places in town who are doing like some Christmas takeovers. So Floor 13 rooftop bars, one of my favorite spots in town, and they totally change their entire theme to be Miracle Bar for the holidays.
Right.
And they have food, like all Thanksgiving food, which is cool. They do Christmas drinks. Another one is Salt and Lime. Actually changes to Feliz Navidad, as I believe
Salt
the name
and Lime.
of it.
I haven't been there.
It's in Scottsdale, like right down the street, actually.
All right.
But yeah, so there's just like all these places that are doing Christmas takeovers, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so sometimes you can find maybe one of your favorite spots, or maybe look up something. You're like, hey, how can I get in the spirit and go out tonight?
Yeah.
And you can get in the spirit and have some spirits as well at the same time.
Yes.
That's what we're a fan of doing.
We are.
All right, Lexy. Since we're at the Princess, we've been talking about this. Let's share some of the inside knowledge on what's going on here at the Princess. Kind of take you guys on a tour of that. Kind of give you a little bit of an idea on what you might expect when you get here. We'll kind of walk around a little bit and show you guys what's going on.
Some behind the scenes. I like it.
All right, so as we transition into the next area here, this is where they have the ice rink.
It's so cool.
Such a good little cool spot. And then they also have these little tables that you can rent right next to them. So I haven't checked the cost on what it takes to get these tables, but they're getting the gas out. You can see the gas out right now. They're adding so they've got the propane tanks to light up. So you got your fireplaces going like around your table. So for those of you who want to hang out and have your kids do some ice skating,
fun.
Have maybe some food, have some cocktails, awesome spot to do so. And then, and as you circle around here, we might have to head up to the little Christmas store as well.
So cute. Yeah, I love it.
So we'll take a quick peek in there. All right, one of the things that people like to do when they come here is they'll kind of book a table. So a lot of people will come, you know, they'll book a dinner, book a reservation for about 4 o'clock. So here's kind of a spot you can come out and kind of, you know, have dinner where you're in the environment a little bit and can kind of see what the action is going on, and then you can kind of go explore and walk around a little bit. We're at La Hacienda right now. I think there's I want to say there's probably like 4 restaurants in here.
There's
I don't
a
know
couple
all the
concepts.
names.
Yeah. No, it's cool because then you get to sit and you kind of get to watch and experience while you're having a great dinner. It's great.
Yeah, so definitely an idea if you guys are interested in that. All right, now we're kind of coming into the courtyard here. We've got Mrs. Claus's Cookie Company.
Those are so amazing, delicious.
And then here, I'll spin you guys around a little bit, kind of see, you know, you got the tree there. What's really cool is all these palm trees are decked out with lights too. This looks amazing at nighttime. I mean, this whole place looks amazing at nighttime, but we'll kind of swing around and kind of see some of the stuff over here. We'll take you back into, like, there's just a lot of little areas that you can kind of come, like, you'll go grab like a cocktail, maybe grab a hot chocolate, you know, something for the kids.
There's plenty of places to sit, plenty of seating. They've really thought this out very well.
It's a good place to kind of just explore. Kind of, so if you're not going to be spending money on some of the tables or sitting and hanging out at one of those spots, like near the ice rink, that type of thing, there's a lot of places you can just kind of come, hang, grab something, hang out, and just enjoy the environment too.
Yeah.
You know, and as we kind of wander over here a little bit, here, I'm gonna step up on here. You can kind of start seeing, you know, this a little pathway all around here with all the kind of trees and everything lit up as well. So what do you think, Lexi?
I love this. This is so cool. I mean, we came here last year and we sat at the lodge, and it was great because we didn't rent one of these. Yeah, we didn't rent one of these VIP tables, but we grabbed a couple drinks and then we were able to sit there for like an hour and just hang out and talk and drink our drinks, and nobody bothered us. We had our space. It was great. That's what we did, and it's awesome. And it's cool to, like, you just come in different little angles and there's just cool views all around. All right, now we're in Twinkletown. Yes.
And I was just reminded, this is important to know, that this looks better at night than it does right now.
Yes.
I did not know that.
But it still looks pretty good.
It still looks pretty good. It still looks pretty good. Obviously, we're joking there. Of course, this looks better at night, but it kind of looks cool behind the scenes too.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if this was here last year. I think I was here 2 years ago. I might have skipped last year, but they had like rides and stuff here. A couple more things. Seems to get bigger and better every year.
Oh, truly. They're just always adding.
Yeah.
It's great.
So, but yeah, no, when you come and take a look at this, especially when all the lights are on, it's pretty magical, but it looks pretty cool right now too.
I think so too, yeah.
And we have to share it, and this is when we're here. All right, now we're back at the village. Just kind of, I mean, there's so much to see. I don't even know if we saw everything.
I don't know if we did, but we got a lot of stuff in there. So if you guys come out and see other cool stuff, you'll have to let us know.
Yeah, let us know if we missed anything.
Right?
Because there was a lot to see,
yeah.
And it looks cool. It looks cool right now, even though there's nobody here yet. It just is kind of fun to kind of scope out when a little the calm before the storm. But all right, Lexi, we've had a pretty big tour today. Lots to see.
Yes.
Lots of cool stuff going on. Definitely excited to come back and check it out.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you guys got a lot out of this as well. Hopefully there was some information for you, for anybody who's, for two reasons. Number one, if you're looking to move out here and you really want to understand what it's like, hopefully, or especially what it's like during the holidays, hopefully this information is helpful. And two, for anybody who's just kind of like, hey, what can I do during the holidays here in the Phoenix area and throughout the state?
Yeah.
Hopefully there were some ideas. Any of your personal favorite?
I was gonna say, I learned stuff to go do. Like,
Yeah.
man, I want to go up to Williams and try those trains and just, there's a lot of cool stuff to do in Arizona. I love it.
Yeah, lots to do. We're gonna have to check out some more stuff ourselves. We'll keep you guys posted on what we explore and if we like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Until the next video, we'll catch you later.
Bye. Merry Christmas.